Oh yeah, no. Yeah, say that again, slower.
RS4 plus 1 plus S5.
Yeah, he says, look, another way you could get the sum of the first 5 terms is to just multiply every one of these by r, right? Giving you r plus r squared plus r cubed plus r to the 4th, and then just add 1. So he says if you multiply the sum of the first 4 terms by r, and then add 1, that's just going to give you the sum of the first 5 terms. Whoa, Derek, is that what you're going to say? Okay, well, now we're basically just done. Because this is just like a system of equations, and you can set them equal to each other, solve for S4. Go. Budgeting 30 seconds for this, do it. Okay, so I just did a little bit of algebra 1. I wanted to solve for S sub 4, so I just moved those 2 terms over, moved everything else over to the other side, factored, divided, cool? Alright, so if that's the sum, if that's the formula for the sum of the first 4 terms, then just conjecture, what do you think the formula for the sum of the first n terms is? Yeah, and that is just right, probably. Okay, this is like fun and stuff, but I feel like I could do better or I could do different. Oh man, do we have time for this? Sure. Okay, I have instead a goofy story. Are you ready? It involves magical cows. Okay, so imagine you're a farmer. You're driving down the street and you see a magical cow for sale. In fact, 2 magical cows. They are identical twin magical cows. What makes them magic? What makes them magic is that each day they produce R times as much milk as the previous day. Where R has been given to you by the person who's trying to sell you the cows. Let R be like, 1.1 or something like that. Bigger than 1, because otherwise it's getting worse. Okay, now you're thinking, man, this would be a great magical cow, because then I'll just have exponential increase in the amount of milk production every single day. I should buy this cow. But it's really, really expensive. And you're maybe a little bit skeptical that the cow is magic. So instead of buying both cows, you buy just 1 cow. Oh, also, the whole point about the cows being identical twins is that they were born on the exact same day and they immediately started producing milk. Don't ask any questions about that. So they're exactly in sync, the 2 cows. They produce the exact same amount of milk on the exact same day. Follow? Okay, so here's what happens. You take cow 1 home. Oh, and it's still early in the morning when you purchase the first cow. So when you get home, there's still time to milk the cow. And you milk the cow on the day 1, just after purchasing the cow, and it turns out that the cow produces A gallons of milk. Okay, whatever, not that impressed yet. I have no reason to believe this cow is magical, so I'll just wait another day. Okay, now it's day 2. You get up early in the morning, and sure enough, you milk that cow, it produces AR gallons of milk. Oh man, and R was given to you by the seller. So what's your immediate reaction? This cow is magical, probably. Might be is better to say. Also, what else? Are you filled with regret? Yeah, because you had 2 cows. You should have got both cows. So quick, hop in the car and you go buy the other cow also. Also, it's still early in the morning, so that cow hasn't been milked yet. So now you have 2 cows. All right, how much does cow 2 produce on day 2? Also AR, because they're identical twin magical cows and they produce the exact same amount of milk every single day. Follow? Okay, now it's day 3. How much milk do you get out of cow 1 on day 3? AR squared. How about cow 2? Also AR squared. Okay, fast forward to day 30. How much milk do you get out of cow 1? AR to the 29th. How about cow 2? AR to the 29th. Okay, but then something tragic happens. On day 31, on the night of day 30, cow 1 is dead. Okay, and what turns out that the source of the cow's magic was the magical grass at the field back where you bought it from. And that grass is gone, that person's just gone, it's all over, man. Oh no! But, fortunately, cow 2 spent one more day feeding from the magical grass, right? While you were home with just cow 1, while you were being skeptical. So you get, on day 31, you get one more milking out of cow 2, producing how much milk? AR to the 30th. And then, these cows are just, it's over. Okay, so it is now very reasonable to say, all right, what was the total amount of milk produced by cow 1? Well, it's A plus AR plus AR squared, all the way up to AR to the 29th. What's the total amount of milk produced by cow 2? AR plus AR squared plus plus AR to the 29th plus AR to the 30th, yeah? Yeah. And now it's even more clear that there's like a fixed relationship between these two expressions. What is the relationship between cow 1 and cow 2? I'll say it. Cow 2 produces overall R times as much milk as cow 1 over the course of that whole month, right? Yeah. Because each day you had that cow for like an extra day, it's like shifted over by R. But also it's true that cow 2 is just the total amount of milk produced by cow 1 plus the amount of milk you got out of that last day minus the amount of milk you got out of it the first day, right? Okay, so this is extremely similar reasoning to what happened on the left, but now there's like a story behind it. What we have is that RC1 equals C1 plus AR to the 30th minus A. And now if we move things over, C1 minus RC1, you guys following this? A minus AR to the 30th. Indeed, we get C times 1 minus R equals A times 1 minus R to the 30th over, or just that. And so my answer is, and Bell's going to hear in a second, is that the total amount I got out of cow 1 was A times 1 minus R to the 30th over 1 minus R. And how many days did I have cow 1? Like 30 total, or yeah, 30 days. What I just learned is that A plus AR squared plus all the way up to the 30th term is A 1 minus R to the 30th over 1 minus R.
Holy cow.
Right? So, that's good. So, generalizing, what do you think the sum of the first n terms is? A times, careful, R to the n over 1 minus R. Okay, in the last 1 minute of class, I will do this proof in the dry, boring way that you often see it in math textbooks. You just do this. Multiply both sides of this equation by R. This is a somewhat unmotivated step, but if you multiply both sides by R, you get, when you multiply A by R, you get AR. When you multiply AR by R, you get AR squared. You guys seeing this? And you get R to the n minus 1, then the last term will be AR to the n. And then what should we do with these two very similar looking equations? Subtract them. If you subtract them, then you get the sum of the first n terms minus R times the sum of the first n terms is A, cancel, minus AR to the n. And so what you get is a very nice, chill, like 2-minute re-derivation of this, but you had to think to do this crucial step of just multiplying both sides of the equation by R for no particular reason, which is kind of unmotivated. All right, how are you guys feeling about this? So 6 strategies for life. Try to do it like for a special case instead of going all the way up to n. Cow stories. Be a genius. Those are the three methods. Good. Welcome. Turning